class, my name is Lauren Schenk. I wanted to take a second to introduce myself. I am the embedded librarian that has been assigned to your class for your English 100 course this summer. What this means is that your professor was kind enough to add me to your Canvas shell. So not only do I see all the announcements she posts, but I'm also very familiar with all the assignments that she's going to be giving you guys and your research needs for those assignments. So let's take a second to see that Canvas shell. And I want to show you the custom research guide that I've created for your class. So right here, you can see that I am also in your Canvas page, and there's a link to my research guide that I've created directly in the Embedded Librarian link here. And you can see on the right-hand side that I get your announcements as well as reminders for your upcoming assignments. So if you ever have any questions about those, I am familiar with what you have due, and you can feel free to ask me as well as your professor. So when you click on this link, instead of opening up directly in Canvas, there was a little bit of issue with the formatting. So what I did was link to it, and it'll open up in a new tab, which is also kind of nice because then you can have Canvas and the library open at the same time. So here it takes you to your custom research guide. If you need to get back to the library homepage for whatever reason, you can just go to this link here. So let me tell you a little bit about what's in this guide. Right up top, I list my office hours. So in addition to my regular reference shift as your embedded librarian and the embedded librarian for a couple of their classes, I've been given additional time on desk that I can answer only questions that you guys have, which is fantastic. And you can see here, I'm available every day of the week except for Wednesdays. And if you happen to have a question outside of these times, instead of clicking on my direct link here to start a chat, if you need an answer right away and I don't happen to be on desk, then you can chat with a librarian here, and any librarian that's currently staffing the reference desk can also be able to help you. So here I've got links to Understanding Your Topic, which gives you links to a couple of databases that are really great for some background information. Most of these are like encyclopedias for information that you would use in your introduction and your conclusion to make sure that you and your reader are on the same page. We also have tabs for finding books that are either electronic that you have 24/7 access to, or also print books that are available in our collection that you can pick up on campus. The tab for finding articles are for some databases that are a little bit more in-depth that'll allow you to ask much more pointed questions about your research. And I'll go over how to best utilize these much more in depth in the later weeks or when you have your assignments coming up. We also have a tab to Canopy Videos, which is kind of like the educational Netflix. So you can find some really short documentary films or video clips like TED Talks, things like that, that you can also use as academic resources for your papers. We have a link for how to do MLA citation. Although I know your professor covers that in depth, we also have some information on this LibGuide. Some additional information about how to write your paper, forming thesis statements and arguments, etc. Although your English class will again cover a lot of this information. During the last year and a half of the pandemic, the librarians have worked really hard to create additional video content, and I link a lot of it here. So additional databases, some very specific topics such as controversial issues or education, some food-related ones, like just additional topics and additional databases. A lot of the videos are linked here. So you can see this guide is your access point for all of the resources that you can find online through the library and through the subscriptions that we allow students access to. So again, you have 24/7 access to this, and if you have any questions about logging in or if you run into any trouble, there's also this tab here that explains a lot of common issues. If you can't find questions here, again, always feel free to chat with any librarian that's on desk, or if it's during my office hours, I will be there for you specifically. So I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and to give you an idea of what I am here to provide. So I look forward to helping with you with all your research needs, and I hope to hear from a lot of you in the future.